Hi, I'm Lattanzi and I'm the principal of Clark Real Estate. Clark Real Estate's, we're celebrating 28 years in business as an independent real estate office servicing the north side of Brisbane. And of those 28 years, I've been involved with Clark Real Estate for 21. So I've been there for a long time. It's hard to believe that my real estate career has been as lengthy as what it has been. I've been there when Ruth Clark was the owner of the business, and I was obviously, Annette and I were given the opportunity to buy the business when Ruth decided to retire. So it's been a wonderful voyage for us. I think there's only one country in the world that's actually reducing interest rates, and that's in China, because their economy is in a real bind. But what does that mean? What it means is that we've been enjoying incredibly low, historically low interest rates for the last 6-7 years. It was unsustainable to consider that interest rates were always going to stay at those low levels. Okay, now that interest rates are increasing, we're probably moving back to a band which we have traditionally been where Australian interest rates have always sat, which is somewhere between that 8 to 10% mark, which we can expect to probably end up there in the not too distant future. We are very fortunate in southeast Queensland that we've got some major infrastructure projects that are due to commence as a result of the planning for the Olympics. Okay. Now, we haven't seen these projects taking effect yet, and we haven't seen the monies flow from these projects. But when they do, and they will over the next 10 years, we are in this part of the country going to be very fortunate that we will be sheltered from the increases that interest rates are going to have on the economy. And this is just my view on where the inner north of Brisbane real estate market and how it's going to be faring. As I said earlier, it's hard to believe that I've been working in this industry for 21 years. And during that 21 years, I've probably been involved in the real estate industry while it's had the most changes that this industry has ever seen. And the obvious changes to the real estate industry that one can consider is the movement from print media to digital media. Okay, so when I started, it was still very much print media, and it was still very much people doing their research by following the open homes or the inspections on the weekends and looking at properties. And it wasn't unusual for somebody to look at 10, 12 properties every weekend for a number of weeks, and some as long as and that purchase period was as long as 3 to 4 months in some instances, and that's how people geared up to knowledge of the market. Today, people do the majority of their research online. These days in the digital space, they've got a lot more information at their fingertips. So what we're finding is that people are doing a lot of research online, but then when it comes to them understanding the market, the time that they actually spend looking at real estate has really been compressed down to within 4 weeks. I'm finding within 4 weeks. So that's been a quantum change in the real estate market. Other changes that we can see is when I started, we still used to have properties advertised in a window, and people would look at real estate office windows and come inside and want to speak to a real estate agent. Today, your real estate office window is your digital platform. It's your website. It's your social media presence. People would prefer to contact. I find a lot of people would prefer to initial contact with an agent would be via email or text message. Phone calls, direct phone calls to agents are still popular, but we certainly get a lot more inquiry through other forms of communication. But the expectation that buyers, sellers, as well as prospective tenants have is that they want information immediately. So you've always got to be connected to service people's inquiries. So I guess that begs the question, should I buy now or should I wait? Is this market going to continue to fall? Is now a good time to enter the real estate market? And the question is, I don't know. Okay, One thing I do know is that if you're buying real estate, you should always be looking at buying real estate as being a long-term proposition. And that's with any investment. I read Warren Buffett's book, and he talks about with any investment, if you want to try and beat the market, it's very difficult to do. Always invest for the long term, and that's certainly the case with real estate. People buy real estate for various reasons, whether it's a property to live in or whether it's an investment property, but certainly always look at the fundamentals when you're buying, and look at it as being a long-term proposition, and you'll be okay. You'll be able to ride the peaks and the troughs. Look, if you need any assistance, or if you just even want to have a chat to myself or one of my teammates, we're always happy to talk with people. You can email us, you can call us, you can text us, you can connect with us through social media, whichever way works for you. But we're always available if somebody just wants to reach out and just I guess bounce things off us.